The World Bank is estimating that the reconstruction for Ukraine post-war is going to be anywhere between $400 billion and $600 billion and is going to span over a decade for the next 10 years. The United States has given Ukraine around $100 billion so far, and none of that money is being used for reconstruction. Congress is in talks right now to set aside money specifically for the reconstruction of Ukraine. Earlier today, there was an announcement by Palantir and confirmed by the Ministry of Technology for Ukraine that Palantir is the official partner of Ukraine for rebuilding and defense of Ukraine post-war, this Russian invasion. Let that sink in for just a moment. Ukraine is a partner, official partner with Palantir and vice versa. The CEO of Palantir, Dr. Alex Karp, was boots on the ground, so to speak, back in June, before anybody else recognized Ukraine even has a chance to survive, let alone hold their own ground. Dr. Alex Karp was literally shaking hands with the president of Ukraine and his ministers, while other CEOs and officials were supporting Ukraine via teleprompters and video messaging. Dr. Alex Karp saw what was happening in Ukraine, and he had the foresight to offer Palantir Gotham, Palantir Metaconstellation, and Palantir SkyKit, among other Palantir software and technology. I'm sure that he offered all of this for literally free. As Shyam Shankar did an interview, he literally said, listen, we're not concerned about signing the contract today. We are concerned with making sure that our products work, our software actually helps you out, and we're going to worry about signing contracts later. Most certainly, Palantir is going to be getting a lot of that reconstruction money. Whether you agree with it or not, we're talking about strictly as shareholders of Palantir PLTR stock. If this does not give you a boner and you are not excited about Palantir, I have no idea what can actually make you get up when it comes to Palantir. Besides Palantir being at the forefront of this AI renaissance, this AI revolution, Palantir is also on the forefront of both military and non-military government rebuilding within our own borders as well as abroad. Let's get into this article and get a little bit more in-depth about the wording, and then I'm going to give you some more thoughts. Palantir and Ministry of Digital Transformation of Ukraine strike reconstruction partnership. The Memorandum of Understanding will pave the way for cooperation in critical areas such as the cataloging of assessment of damage to buildings and infrastructure and harnessing software to optimize reconstruction. As the estimates are somewhere between 400 and 600 billion right now, I'm sure they're going to have to get a little bit more precise. So Palantir software is essentially going to be the estimator of the damage, among many, many other applications. Palantir, a leading software company and cloud solution provider, will expand its support as a strategic partner to Ukraine across a range of areas to deliver the following shared goals. Enhancing the digital capabilities for electronic public services, providing the defense and reconstruction of Ukraine. Supporting and coordinating a digitally led reconstruction of Ukraine. Consolidation and efforts in the field of digitalization, digital innovations, and integration of Ukraine into international markets. Promoting the implementation of projects with the support of the armed forces of Ukraine. Ukraine has a huge possibility to be as large a market for Palantir as United Kingdoms. So United Kingdoms is the second largest market outside of the United States for Palantir, and Ukraine is probably going to be the third largest market, and it's going to be a significant third largest market. If you read what I just read, you can see it's not just military government, it's also non-military government and commercial. Well, what does Palantir do? Commercial, government, both military and non-military. Think about it. They come in there, help Ukraine for free, and now as Ukraine is going to rebuild, Palantir is going to make a shit ton of money for their shareholders. A lot of people don't understand this, and I've been saying this for quite a while. There is something called a land lease agreement, where United States is not just giving you money as a donation. United States is doing a form of imperialism, where you are now indebted to the United States. And a lot of that spending that's going to the country is being spent the way the United States is telling you to spend that money. And guess what? Although there's going to be a lot of money going through the cracks, a lot of that money is going to go to American companies such as Palantir, amongst others. But definitely Palantir is going to be making a lot of money from this. Now, did anybody estimate this when they're giving a valuation to Palantir? No. How possibly can you? How can you possibly, put this into your valuation model if this didn't exist? The company will help Ukraine become a digital leader in Europe by consolidating efforts in the field of digitalization, digital innovations, and integration of Ukraine into international markets. Together with the armed forces of Ukraine, Palantir will contribute to the exchange of data and experience in the implementation of world-leading technology. This is a quote from Mikhail Fedorov. He's the Vice Prime Minister of Innovations, Development of Education, Science and Technology, Minister of Digital Transformations of Ukraine. Basically, he's high up there. He's a top 5 people in Ukraine. He's like the right-hand man or one of the right-hand mans of Vladimir Zelensky right now. He's a somebody in Ukraine. And you better bet your bottom dollar when Ukraine is going to be reconstructing, this guy is going to have a lot to say about what's happening. And I quote, "It's an honor for us to continue developing our partnership with such a top-notch company." Continue to develop our partnership. Not starting one, continue. And that's the key word. Palantir is already making its contribution to Ukraine's victory by sharing its tools and intelligence. We are excited to proceed with a new stage of cooperation within Ukraine's recovery. Having a presence on the ground here since during the full-scale invasion also means a lot for the economy and building a new image of Ukraine abroad. Bold and digital. And this is going to be a quote from George Dupinsky, and he's the Deputy Minister of Digital Transformation. "We managed to create a successful point of entry for Palantir through the Ministry of Digital Transformation and drive its cooperation with many Ukrainian governmental institutions. Since Palantir is a fairly versatile intelligence instrument, we observe extremely high interest in its implementation by developing a strong recovery plan. Together we will explore the opportunity of introducing Palantir as one of the main tools of digital reconstruction to analyze data related to infrastructure and urban planning." Guys, besides for the reconstruction, what do you think happens to Palantir? You think that they're just going to take the software, throw it away, and build their own? No. Palantir is going to be in Ukraine for decades, forever. The same way they're helping the United Kingdoms, the same way that they're helping the United States, they are going to be in Ukraine. Not to mention, they're building a stronghold in Lithuania and the Baltic states, the former Soviet Union states. All right, this is another quote from Louis Mosley, who's the Senior Vice President for Europe of Palantir. "Whether helping brave Ukrainian forces resist Putin's aggression, supporting the resettlement of their loved ones, or aiding the country's civil reconstruction, Palantir stands shoulder to shoulder with Ukraine and its people. Today's agreement will help ensure that, after victory, comes prosperity." If you didn't know, Palantir has been in Ukraine for a while, helping them in various different ways, besides for just the military, also resettling a bunch of refugees in other countries. Guys, if you don't think that this is big news, you guys are sadly mistaken. Think about what I just said. Palantir just made an entire new market, an entirely new total addressable market. Their TAM just went up from here to here, literally overnight. And how did they do this? They said, hey, we're not going to give you PowerPoint. We're going to give you our software that actually works today. We're going to take our software that you never heard of, and we will make sure that it works today. And how did they get in there? Literally, Zelensky called everybody and said, yo, what products can we use? Who can we use to help us? Everybody said Palantir. Palantir did a meeting. He called them, and Palantir is in it to win it, giving free software that everybody made fun of. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? This is exactly why they did that. Same thing happened in the United Kingdoms. PPP, COVID relief, all that, £1. One British pound turned into over $100 million so far in contracts, and now we're probably going to get, hopefully this, $500 $1 billion contract with the NHS. This is how Palantir starts, because unlike other companies that have PowerPoint and say, hey, we could build something, we could possibly build something to suit, to be determined to come later, Palantir is like, nah, fuck that. We got something that works right now, and we can show you that it works on the spot right now. And that's the difference. Palantir has an absolute run lately, up 100% year to date. Personally, I am not buying more shares of Palantir right now, but I was buying a shit ton of shares of Palantir as it was going down. I am now almost at break-even point with my dollar cost averaging. We'll see what ends up happening. At the same time, I am not selling any shares of Palantir. June 1st, we will have something called FoundryCon. Actually, they changed it from FoundryCon to something called AIPCon because I believe that our artificial intelligence platform is going to be in full effect and display for everybody to see. Similar to Microsoft, similar to Google, similar to NVIDIA, we will be showcasing what we can do in artificial intelligence. And I think that we still have some way to go. At the same time, I'm not buying and I'm not selling. I'm just staying steady with my shares. For everybody that said, Adam, thank you so much. We heard about Palantir from you. At the end of the day, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I'm not qualified to be a financial advisor. I'm just giving you my own personal plays. And for anybody that made money, this is because you guys chose to do your due diligence. You did your own research and you ended up buying. For anybody that didn't buy, it's all on you as well. You make money, it's on you. You lose money, it's on you. At the end of the day, we are all adults in the room. Thank you so much, and please follow me on Twitter. I have a link to my Twitter down below. I would really appreciate it. I have like 200 people that are following me, and a lot of people ask, hey, Adam, how can we support your channel? I have channel membership. It's $3 a month, and if you did make some money and you want to show your appreciation to buy me a cup of coffee, well, I have a link to my channel membership down below, and I would really appreciate it.